Hi, my name is Jada Allred. I'm an endowment intern here at ETV and Public Radio as a communications intern under Raven Favor. I currently attend Clemson University and am majoring in graphic communications. So I worked on social media graphics. I've enjoyed working on all of the graphic design projects. It's really cool to see ETV as a brand and implement the fonts, colors, and everything that is needed for graphic design purposes. I helped out with America's Test Kitchen and the Great American Recipe events. I also worked in the truck during yoga and practice. I ran the teleprompter and worked on slates during the production.
My name is Rachel Simpkins. I go to USC Columbia. I am an endowment intern with Don Godish in National Productions. Something new that I've learned is definitely the production process. Prior to this summer, I haven't had any experience in production, so it's been really interesting to learn about production as a whole from beginning to middle to end. My favorite experience was definitely my first week as an endowment intern. I skipped the office completely and spent a week in Harleyville on the set of After Action. My favorite part of being an endowment intern would definitely be all of the opportunities that are available. Your experience is really whatever you want it to be, so it's really great having an internship where you can put yourself out there, try new things, and see the work you put in pay off firsthand.
My name is Marina Bartolo. I was born in Ukraine, but my hometown is Lexington, South Carolina. I go to Newberry College and my major is communications with an emphasis in journalism. I am interning with the Making It Grow with South Carolina ETV in Sumter. I work on their sets with Craig Ness, John Flynn, and Amanda McNulty. We continuously get to meet panelists and the extension agents, and I learn from them and they teach me more and more each day through the Making It Grow team. I would have to say just being a part of the Making It Grow team and just being a part of a production crew and what it takes to be a part of an office and their family and becoming one of them each day.
My name is Jalen Langley. I'm from the Sunshine State of Florida, the beautiful city of Melbourne, and I go to Caelan University in South Carolina. I'm with Palmetto scene, working with Ricky Taylor and Shay. I've been a part of the documentary about international paper and white-tailed kites. I ran the teleprompter for yoga and practice, and I also assisted with the shoots for Backroad Bites. My favorite part about being an endowment intern is just the coming into the office and everybody has the creative mindset and creative goals to get the project done.
My name is Caelan Bailey. I'm an endowment intern with the radio department. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and I go to Columbia University. I hadn't had a ton of audio experience, so I've gotten the chance to do everything from story planning for an audio story to editing together an audio story in the software I learned. So that whole experience has been new, but it's been a good learning experience. I've mainly been part of making news segments with the radio department, so we're able to actually get on air, which has been exciting. I've also been involved some with helping out with newscasts, doing some shadowing out in the fields, and generally helping out around as I can. During the June primaries, I got to stay late. ETV does some coverage, and even though I'm not with the TV department, they let us kind of stay in their production trailer, and we were able to see how the TV called the races. I was able to help with some AP race call monitoring and kind of seeing everything kick into gear that one day.
My name is Mr. Mercer. I attend Presbyterian College in Clinton, South Carolina, and this summer I have been an intern with the ETV Endowment in the digital department. So I've worked on multiple projects. The main one I've been working on is a lot of South Carolina blogs, mostly based off ETV's digital series such as Backroad Bites, From the Sky, Go For It. One of the projects that I did during my time here at ETV, being an intern, was I actually got to do a Made Here segment. And what we did was, there's a business in a town called Fort Mill, South Carolina called the Pucker Putt Pepper Company. We interviewed the owner of the guy who's in charge of making the Carolina Reaper and over peppers. We did B-roll of the different sauces and different peppers that they had. And really this is talking about a very small local business. I think the biggest thing that I learned is just the emphasis on whether it's a project or it's writing a blog, it's just the combined effort of working as a team.
Hi, my name is Carlin. I am an SC ETV Endowment Intern working with the South Carolina Public Radio Department, and I go to University of South Carolina, Columbia, and I'm from Charleston in South Carolina. My favorite experience this summer has been putting together really audio-rich stories that kind of break me out of the typical TV package fashion. One of my favorite stories doing that was my story on pinball culture in South Carolina, which I didn't know, but ended up being the top story for a week whenever it was published. Ultimately, just crafting that and creating that put me out of my comfort zone, but it was a lot of fun because I got to tell something that was pretty special. Something new that I've learned this summer is definitely that audio writing and radio writing is definitely a lot different than TV writing. Radio, you're not showing people something like you would on TV. It's a lot less blunt. So you almost have to write in a more conversational and intimate way and really build trust with your listeners. You have to make them feel like, okay, I can take a few minutes to listen to what this person has to say, and I really want to get to know this story.